Hey everyone, it's Chop back another video, and today we're on the alt account, my second account, and we're going to be building a chapter 9 and 10 mythic campaign speed farming team. I'm going to show you how I do it, and I recommend how a lot of people do it. That way you can get that end game glyph farming going, and we need to manage our accounts wisely because I am on 3 accounts now, so I got to make sure I'm using it all correctly and efficiently. So let's go ahead and jump into it, and if you do enjoy the content, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and gear that campaign squad out. All right, so you can see here we are, a couple months into this account. This is the global launch account, and I have not gone to chapter 9 and 10. I can farm it, and I probably would be able to farm it on auto. The problem is you don't want a slow team for campaign because you're going to be running that XP boost. Now, generally later on in the game, XP and glyphs become a non-factor. It's all about fodder. And really that happens once you start farming 9 and 10. But glyphs are still a big deal for me. Now, I haven't upgraded many units. As you can see here from the last update that you probably all saw on this account, there really hasn't been any change in regards to characters I've built out. That's because I've just been farming dungeons, building up my gear, getting ready for Void Tower hard, and I think this month we're going to be able to push. But in order to do that, I think I'm going to have to build out a few characters in order to go ahead and counter some of the specific stages. I have Hydricia here, I have Celestial Cane. I probably will start building out a tank comp because it is excellent for Void Tower. So we need to get to chapter 9 and 10, and we're going to be doing that. We're going to go ahead and build out a few characters here. I already removed all the gear, and we are going to be building out a campaign squad using Hackard, Valyria, Zatlux, and Nathalia. Now, I have Evra, but Nathalia, Valyria, and Zatlux here are just going to be faster than Evra. And that's because all of them reset their own cooldowns. And Hackard's going to provide the buffs for Nathalia. Now, we're not going to have the attack up for characters like Valyria or Zatlux here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to speed tune this. So we have Nathalia going first, and then Valyria going second, and then Zatlux going last. Because we do want to get maximum value out of Zatlux here. The only problem is Zatlux starts at 130 speed. Valyria starts at 119 speed here. Yep, 119 speed. And then Nathalia starts at 122. So awkwardly enough, it is in the opposite order at which we want it pretty much. So we're going to have to build them out. But also, I do want to get Hackard's Ascension 2 here. And so we're going to go ahead and do that first and just go ahead and get some of the fusion materials ready because the Ascension 2 will help us get a ton more defense for our squad in campaign if we do happen to take those hits. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just fuse up some Hackards here and go ahead and do that. And then we're going to go ahead and build out our characters here. All right, so I just finished off upgrading all the characters for the Hackard fusions. And actually, I've been stuck on this foodie mission for the longest time. So we're actually going to get some of the missions completed here with this Hackard fusion, which is going to be really nice. This trait will also help me build perhaps a speed Queen 12 comp with this. So very, 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 very important to do this. Now, when we're building out a campaign squad with Hackard, it's important that Hackard's going to go first to make sure that he does get that max HP up for the buff for Nathalia. And of course, it's not as squishy as your average campaign squad using maybe something like Connor or Brand perhaps, because Hackard just makes your whole squad extremely tanky. So we're going to go ahead and build out him. And if you do not have some of the characters that I have, first off, you will definitely have a Hackard because he'll be fusible. If you don't have like Nathalia or Valyria or Evra, those types of characters, it's perfectly fine to just run a Zatlux, a Zachary, if you do have Evra, if you have Hydricia, those types of characters, all of those are going to work in place. Really what you're going to want to do is pair your buffer, either the attack buffer with Connor or Brand. And if you do not have the damage, you're going to want to run one of those. But if you do have the damage in your stats, you can run Hackard and make sure your team is very, very survivable. And as well as being much faster because you're not going to have Connor or Brand constantly applying the buffs and not actually providing anything, whereas Hackard does a little bit of damage here. So we're going to go ahead and build out Hackard first because we do need him to be the fastest. We do need him about 140, 150 speed. So we're going to go ahead and start off with some defense boots here. And we do have some Raider sets, so we may just go ahead and look for some Raider sets here. We want defense percentage. We want focus on our Hackards preferably. So we're going to look for those type of stats here. And I went ahead and moved myself to the side here so you can all see what's going on with these pieces. So I'm going to be looking for something like this. This one's got speed, it's got focus, it's got attack, which yes, it's not quite useful for Hackard in general. But if you're going to be running him in Queen, you want the attack because you often have Santas with a higher attack than Hackard naturally. So the attack percentage does help out, which we do roll quite high into attack here, which is pretty crazy. Pretty close to max rolls there. So I'm just going to keep putting some boots into Hackard here. Again, we don't really care about too many stats here. Hackard's not super important to have a lot of gear on. We just want some basic stuff. And after seeing his initial speed, actually, we're going to need some speed boots on him. So I'm going to change my mind here. We're going to go speed boots, preferably with like defense percentage, if we can get it. This one has focus and defense. I like that. This one has health, defense, and resistance. I like that as well. I'm going to go with this one. We're going to upgrade these one. These one's got a really good stats overall. We're going to unlock that just in case. I'm going to go ahead and drop a bunch of stats into this boot here. I think that it really just cannot go too poorly. So we're going to go ahead and go to 10 here. Even rolls flat defense, not bad. Double defense percentage roll and a resistance percentage roll. Excellent boots here. Very happy with that. We're going to keep rolling here, and we're just going to put in all the boots that we do not have locked. I pretty much go through and lock all my gear as I'm kind of going out and farming. So I'm not too worried about having any piece here that we don't necessarily want to feed away. So we're just going to go ahead and take all these boots away and just upgrade this piece. Hopefully it rolls into defense percentage again. Focus percentage wouldn't be bad either. But really we can't go wrong here. Or health percentage, not focus percentage. Resistance percentage, pretty good. No questions asked there. Gonna go for defense percentage here. Preferably in a revival set overall. This one has the speed in a revival set. So I'm kind of liking that. This one's got a flat attack. Let's just look for some other pieces here. This one has health percentage. Do we have like defense with like focus or maybe HP percentage? Let's just see here. Again, we're looking for a revival set. Maybe like defense with focus. Okay, we only have one option here. That's going to be this one. So let's go ahead and run it. We're going to look for defense percentage here. Preferably with speed as well. So let's see here. This one's got a 5-star piece. This one has double speed roll. Let's go ahead and just use this one. It's got the revival set. I like that. Defense percentage here. Maybe we can go defense percentage focus, something like that. Let's just see here. We're going to look for defense percentage here as well. This one's got attack percentage and defense percentage. Don't really want that piece. We're kind of wanting a revival set though. So maybe we have like a focus percentage piece here in revival set. This one's got HP percent and focus. We'll run that one even though I'm not super happy about it. So we're just going to go for defense percentage here. We're just going to run this piece. And overall, we have decent stats here. We got 2,400 defense. We can upgrade this ring a little bit. 164 speed is not bad as well. But this ring is actually quite good. It's got the single speed roll as well as having focus on it. So if it rolls into either one of those, I will be happy. So let's go ahead and check this out. Gonna go take that to 9 here. Not any farther. No reason to. Roll into speed. Excellent. So we have about, what, 170, 167 speed. Perfect. Next up, we're going to be building out Valyria. The reason for this is we want her to have an avarice set specifically, so she's going to be harder to gear out. We do want her faster than Zatlix as well, so we'll look for attack percentage, and I think this is one of our only avarice boots here. We have this one as well. This one has crit rate and crit damage. This one has higher crit rate, so we're going to start off with that. Look for crit damage here, and I am going to use this ring here. It's an avarice set. It's got the attack percentage, it's got speed, and it has the crit rate as well. I believe that's just going to be the best way. We can also actually go with this one. Precision is actually super useful when you're building out a speed clearing campaign squad because you don't want to kind of negatively hit on those opposite elements. But I think we're just going to go with this one because it's already plus 15. We're going to look for attack percentage here. We can go with this one. It's got high speed, high crit damage. There's also this one, which has high crit rate. It's also this one, which is high speed as well. Let's go with this one. It's going to give us 133 speed, which is perfect. And then we're going to go with crit rate here. Let's see. This one is a very good avarice piece as well. I think that's where our best avarice pieces are. So we're going to go look for crit rate here. And this one's a 16%. Again, a lot of precision on some of these pieces. Very, very happy about that. This one has 17% crit rate, 26% crit damage. So now we need some more crit rate, to be honest. We are a little low on the crit rate, which is a little unfortunate. So I'm going to be looking for attack crit rate. This one has that 17% crit rate, like I mentioned, which is probably something we're going to just have to run because of that. And we're going to get 104% crit rate here, 232% crit damage, 139 speed, 4600 attack. It looks pretty solid. Maybe we can run that other avarice boot and get max crit rate. Oh, that puts us at 99.5%. Do we have any other avarice pieces here? I don't think so. That's pretty unfortunate. Do we have any other avarice pieces here? We have this one, which is high crit rate, high crit damage. We could run that, and then we can run crit rate, maybe something like that. Let's see, high crit rate, high crit damage attack. Okay, we need a little bit more crit rate than that. Let's try this one. Has high crit rate, high attack. Okay, let's go with this one. 101% crit rate, 273% crit damage, 4200 attack. I think this is overall a better build than the previous one. We do get the Raider set, which was at 154 speed, which is actually quite a bit. I don't know if we can actually get that on Nathalia. Maybe we should swap up our chest piece here because we have this piece. This is also a Raider set. Okay, now we have a Dragon Scale set. Okay, this is perfect. 139 speed is going to be easier for other damage dealers to kind of catch up to. It's going to have less stats, but it's not going to have that Raider set, which is nice. So we're going to keep that on her. And then we're going to move over to Nathalia here because we need to be faster than 139 speed, preferably, because we do want Valyria to go second. We want Nathalia to go first because she's going to have that attack buff up with Hackard. Our Hackard's not going to be providing the attack up. Only Nathalia is going to provide it for herself. So we definitely want her to go ahead and have the extra damage, so Valyria has a chance to go ahead and get that second turn and make everything much faster. So we're going to look for, obviously, just some attack crit rate. This one has speed and crit rate. I'm looking at that one. Very nice here. We're going to look at this piece here. This was just a solid piece. I don't think we have any other one. This one just has the most crit rate, so we're going to go with that one. We need crit rate and speed here, so that's what I'm going to look for. This one puts us at 140 speed, which is actually perfect. It's actually a great piece as well. Double crit rate, attack percentage, and speed. I love it. And then we're going to look for crit damage, preferably here. This one has attack and crit damage. We may need a little bit more crit rate here. It's going to depend really on what pieces we have over here. We're going to need a little crit rate, so we're going to look for crit damage and crit rate. This one's got some precision as well. I'm not sure. Maybe we go with something like that. We have a few options here. I think we should go with this one. So we have this one, which gives us 6 precision if we want it. Or we could go with this one. Either one was going to go ahead and cap out our crit rate. Give us the same amount of crit damage. This one has a little bit more attack. Let's go ahead and run the Rage set and then save this Avarice piece. Actually, you know what? We're going to run this one. I like the precision a little bit more. 4K attack, 262% crit damage, perfect speed. Love it. And then we're going to move on to Zatlux here. And we just do not want any speed on Zatlux. So let's start with the crit damage ring. This one's got that crit rate, got that precision. Zatlux has innate precision, so that's quite nice. We're going to look for just high damage. This one is the warrior piece. So I'm actually going to use this one over maybe this one. Because this one, although it has more crit rate, this one is the warrior set. And it's going to be very likely that we could pair some of those together with someone who has innate crit rate, like Zatlux. We're going to go with this one. It's got crit rate, crit damage. And then we're going to look for just crit damage priority. And so this one has crit rate, crit damage, and precision. I like that. This one has crit rate, crit damage, attack. Okay, I like that even more. Although we have to be careful of our avarice pieces. So we're going to go crit damage here. This one has crit damage, crit rate, attack. Or Raider set pieces, I meant to say earlier. Let's see, crit damage. Okay. We could go with something like that, and we can go with something like, where is the crit damage? This is going to be our best crit damage piece. This one has the 20% crit damage, 6 precision. I'm inclined to run this on Zatlux just because we can use that other piece for Evra later on. And this one has that crit rate, crit damage, and precision. This is nice, actually. We're getting a almost 4K attack, 293% crit damage Zatlux with 130 speed. It's actually quite nice. I'm going to upgrade this chest piece to 12 here, just because I think that it is solid. It's got the precision, it's got the crit damage rolls, and so it's actually a good piece for Zatlux. So we're going to go ahead and just upgrade it here. I'm not too worried about it. So let's go see what we can roll here. Hopefully it's going to be a crit damage. Hopefully it's going to be a precision roll, something like that. Did roll HP percentage, which isn't bad, but not great. So we're going to keep it at that, and we're going to go ahead and just run this comp. We geared out all of our units, and that's pretty much how it goes. We're just going to gear out with the best damage dealing gear that we have. Make sure you're speed tuning your units properly. Someone like Nathalia going first is very, very helpful because she oftentimes can kill off one unit and go ahead and reset her ultimate, even if she can't kill off everyone. And then having someone like Zatlux make sure you go last is very, very important as well, because he's not going to do pretty much anything if you do not have a kill on him. And then Valyria going second is also perfect, because let's say she was supposed to, let's say she kills someone because Nathalia got them low, but she doesn't kill everyone. Well, Zatlux can go ahead and finish off them, and she can reset her ultimate as well. So everyone's got reset ultimate abilities, but you have to time it right. So here is it in practice right here. And we do want a little bit of speed on our units, by the way, because anything about 140, 145 speed allows us to go before the waves, which is perfect. So Nathalia can go ahead and clear out most of them. And then if anyone actually survives, we can go ahead and finish off them with the other units that are a little bit slower. So you can see there, Nathalia or Valyria got deflected, which is completely fine because we're into the second wave here. And Valyria's ultimate's already on a 1-turn cooldown, and it's going to get reset here by Nathalia anyways because of the kill. So this is one of the reasons why we have Valyria in the second part of the turn order, because she will always have her ultimate up pretty much due to Nathalia being faster and then Zatlux being basically the cleanup crew. So it's pretty perfect. Hackard's going to go ahead and stack that second stack of max HP. And this should be a very, very survivable comp as well due to the high defense from Hackard, as well as just the sheer damage output. So you can see here everyone's going before us, which is fine. Some of the boss stages with the upgraded stats, you're going to need about 150, 160 speed in order to go before them. But you can see here, we're going to go ahead and whittle them down with the Valyria, with the Nathalia, and then Zatlux is going to go ahead and go and clean up pretty much everyone here. Probably won't kill Kyle, but we'll definitely kill off everyone else here. There we go, and there we go. And then Hackard can go ahead and smack. And you can see here our units are quite low, but due to Hackard being in the squad, our Nathalia and Valyria actually lived much, much longer than otherwise if Hackard wasn't in the squad, which gives us time with this Zatlux to go ahead and clear out this stage. And this was a hard bottleneck before, most likely due to the fact that we had Evra in here. And Evra is honestly, she's a great wave clearer, but not quite as good as Zatlux. If you can have Zatlux kill off the units. If you can't, then Evra's going to be better. So I'm going to go ahead and push the campaign a little bit here and come back on once we beat through the campaign and see if we could do 10-8 on Mythic. All right, so we're actually on chapter 10-1 here, and I just wanted to showcase how important something like Hackard is. Yes, you could run Connor, yes, you could run Brand, but Hackard's going to give you so much more survivability. As you can see, our Nathalia is at 140 speed. When you get to chapter 10 specifically, you're going to want about 155, 160 speed to make sure you're going first, which is quite difficult in order to get the damage and the speed as well. Someone like Hackard is going to make sure that you could survive those couple of hits, that first round of hits, because usually you can kill them if you get a turn, but you need to get that turn, and so Hackard definitely makes that happen. So very, very useful in the fact that Hackard can now be in place of something like Connor, something like Brand. Before, if I wanted to run this comp, it would be like a Hackard, Connor, and then Nathalia, Valyria, for example. And yeah, honestly, you could have a very, very unlucky time where there's a water unit on the enemy squad, Nathalia doesn't do bonus damage, Valyria gets deflected, and then the campaign run fails. So very, very nice to be able to run one of each affinity. or you could just stack high precision to avoid that. But again, higher gear requirements. Hackard here just lowers the gear requirements, and honestly is just way better for campaign now with his stackable max HP counting as a buff. But I'm going to keep going and come back when we get to 10-8. All right, so we actually ended up making it to 10-8 here, and we had really no struggles up to this point. But 10-8, we're going to go ahead and run a support brand here and see if that ends up helping out. Unfortunately, you cannot stun or taunt this Dark Nick, unlike in Void Tower. So it's actually quite difficult. But we're just going to start stacking this max HP. Hopefully between the brand and the Hackard, we're going to keep everyone alive. But I'm not so certain about that. Does this guy not have his abilities maxed out? Okay, he does. I thought we didn't have the abilities maxed out on the brand, and I was like, that's unfortunate. But we're just going to play this out. I'm going to jump to the boss fight because the waves are going to be pretty easy. It's really all about that boss fight. See if we can actually win it. All right, so we made it to the boss stage, and really what we're just going to have to do is try to survive one hit from Dark Nick on his ultimate. It's very difficult to get through this stage at this point with the addition of the water prison. We're not removing all of the buffs. It's quite difficult to go ahead and kill off this Dark Nick. We're going to try. We're going to have the defense up, hopefully, and we're going to have the shield, and we're going to have the max HP, and then we're going to have Hackard. So hopefully we have a solid chance. Hopefully we can apply the attack down here. We did. So now we do, I think, have a solid chance. Now we just need to be able to get this guy down below 50% HP. So he does use the ultimate here, which I think we can go ahead and get. Valyria just needs to go ahead and crit one of these water characters. In case she did, we can go ahead and use the water prison buff or removal now and try to get rid of that shield so we can hit again. And then we're going to go ahead and use this and just go ahead and basic here. And now we're going to have the defense up and he's going to have the attack down. So let's go ahead and see how much damage he's going to do. Okay, he did not even come close to killing Valyria or Nathalia, which is perfect. Brand is a lifesaver here. I tried one other character here, and it was just not working nearly as well. We just didn't have the damage as well as the tankiness. The water prison nerfs, as well as the fact that you can't CC this Dark Nick, makes it very difficult. So very nice, though. We're going to go ahead and beat 10-8, and we're going to be able to farm 9 and 10. So hopefully this kind of helped you decide what you want to do for 9 and 10, and just gave you some information on the account, little update, because I know I haven't made an update on this account in a very long time. But we're still continuing. I'm still planning on trying to beat Void Tower hard, and perhaps stage 14 and Mythic Void Tower. We'll see. But I'm going to continue on with this account and just progress as much as I can. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you for the next one.